This band. I like this band. I wrote it down so I don't forget who they are. Oh, I remember. Fucking Slap!
We're back. We're back. We're back with one of the craziest in the scene, one of the hardest in the scene. He's seen it all. He's done it all. One of the holliest, jolliest, psychotic metalheads in all of metal history. You could catch him with Venom Inc. and a slew of other bands. You could catch him with your mom in the back of that Camaro. You could catch him out in the forest fighting a grizzly bear. We got the Demolition Man back, everybody. We got Tony back, one of my favorite out there. This guy's got heart. He's got integrity. He's got positivity, and it's good. It's been a while, my friend. How you doing?
It's been too long. It's been too long. I can't beat your introduction. I can't beat that. I would try, but I'd never get there. I never. I need my base and my equipment to be able to get over that particular fence. But it's good to see you. It's good to hear you, and it's good to be here. Thank you so much for an amazing introduction, as
Hey,
usual.
Hey, you deserve it. You deserve it. Anyone that watched us last time, I talked about the impact Primeval had on my life, and the impact of just talking with Tony, a guy that just puts you in a great mood. He's no nonsense. He's got great vibes. He's somebody that just keeps going. He perseveres. It disgusts me. It sickens me when anyone wants to give him crap about anything Venom related. He was there when these guys were right from the beginning. He was the only option that made sense. And here he is all these years later with Venom Inc., just overcoming everything and still just out there, just destroying it, my friend. And it's just an honor to
Yeah,
have
I
you in
think
the scene.
that's incredible. Thank you for incredible words. And I think that's it. I think the thing is that, the gatekeepers, people get protective because music's an emotional ride. It attaches you
Right.
to a point in time. The first time you heard Ace of Spades, the first time you heard that Deep Purple song, or saw Ronnie James Dio, or heard that Judas Priest song, you get attached to that. And usually you're quite young, and we want to stay young forever. So once you get into your 30s and your 40s and your 50s and then your 60s,
All right.
you want to go back to that time. You want to relive 1982 or 1992 or 2002, whatever it is. And so when that changes for you, you feel that you're losing some of your identity, but you're not, because the music stays there. I can't go and have a conversation with fucking Lemmy or Ronnie James Dio, but I can
Right.
put on the fucking albums and there they are,
Right.
right there, just like it was
Yeah.
yesterday. And so for me, that's what it's about. Lemmy taught me to persevere. Lemmy didn't have it easy. Motorhead were panned when they first came out. Did it stop him? No. He just left Hawkwind, so that was a big downer for him. Did that stop him? No. He died with 200,000 to his estate. He wasn't a
Right.
millionaire. He didn't live in a
Right.
plush mansion anywhere. He lived in a little apartment off Sunset Strip and sat in the rainbow drinking his whiskey if he wasn't on tour. Was it a plush life? Was it a rich life? No. Was he happy? Fuck yeah, because he was doing what he was meant to do. And that's the thing about it. When it's not what you do, but it's who you are, you do it forever because that's who you are. And that
That's who you
your
are.
father did whatever your father did as who he
Right.
was. And sometimes it's great, and you come out running out of the factory going, "Fucking what a great day!" And now I'm going to see the Bears game or whatever the fuck it is. But
Right.
sometimes you come out and go, "What a shit day! I lost a finger.
Yeah. Right.
I'm broke. I can't afford a beer." But it's still, you still get up out of bed the next day and you go for it, and not giving up, having that resilience, not listening to the bullshit. Nobody else is going to decide your decisions for you. You are. So you make your decisions. And for every 100 people that say that's a great decision, you'll have 10 people that say you're fucking an idiot and that's a stupid decision. But
Right.
it's your decision. You learn from it yourself. So never let someone else dictate your life.
It's so true, and that's why I got the Motorhead tattoo, and it's something I live by too. Because if you let all those negative people in your head and you let people dictate your life, nothing good will come of that. And I just watch a man that just decade after decade just comes out there and brings the music and does it his way. And I say, you have some tours coming up. You have some tours with
Yes.
some other legendary bands coming up. Let's
Oh,
catch up. What are you doing? What aren't you doing, Tony? What aren't you doing? Is what I
yeah.
gotta say.
Well, I was thinking about somebody's mom there, but no, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I knew her when she was just a young girl.
You
I knew
know?
her when she was just a young girl. I could be your father. Who knows? I don't know. No, we've got amazing. Several months ago, Forbidden, who've just finishing up their new album, which sounds
Yeah.
fucking amazing. And apparently, Norm's just laid the vocals down, and they're beside themselves. It sounds so good. But they
Yeah.
were finished. They signed to FM Management, which we just signed to. So I thought, fuck, we should do some shows because when we did the US run, we had guests come out and join us on stage. We had Juan Garcia came from Body Count and Evil Dead, jumped
Wow.
up and played a song. Then he said, I might come to Los Angeles and do it again. I said, yeah, fucking come. So he did. And
Yeah.
then he said, I might fly to Texas and do it again. I went, fucking just join the band for fuck's sake. But
Seriously.
when we got to San Francisco, we had Contos came out, Chris Contos, he came out and did Witching Hour. Craig Lociero told me a story a year before that Rip Ride was his song when he was a kid from Venom. So
Damn.
I invited him to get up and play. We played Rip Ride together.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. And then I got Eric Cutler from Autopsy came out. I called him. I said, come to the show tonight. Yeah, I was thinking about it. I said, well, bring your guitar, fucker. What song do you want to play? And he went, oh my God, do you think I could play Countess Battery? I went, fucking right, you could. So that we did.
Sick.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
So, we done a Mexican fest with Candlemas and Forbidden. They were there. And we said to Forbidden then we should go out together. So
Yeah.
we'd all thought that's it. So I started looking at South America. Our agent was looking at South America. They just joined FM, the same management. So I thought this is an easy one in the bag. We'll do some
Right.
shows in South America together. And we said we were going to do it. We could do it. And then my agent called and said, okay, so I'm sorting out these South American dates. And so he mentioned violence. And I said, oh, you mean Forbidden? He went, no, violence. What's happening with Forbidden? I said, well, I'm trying to get some shows with Forbidden. He said, oh,
Yeah.
I was working with violence. So I'm like, fuck. So I said, hang on. Why don't we do all three of us? All three of us
Dude.
go down there. So we talked to Sean and their management, and Craig was into it, Sean was into it, I was into it. So we went, let's just go and fucking party. So that's how the
Sick.
South American thing. And we leave on Tuesday. Sean's with Violence now. They're just about to step on 7,000 tons, and then they'll fly to
Yeah.
Peru. Forbidden's just wrapping up the album, and then they'll fly to Peru next week. And we'll fly out there on Tuesday. So we're so looking forward to it. It's going to be fucking mental. So I'm
That is
so
gonna be
so
a
happy. And of course,
fucking
we've got it's going to be so good. And we've got Claudius Creamer's going to be there because he's playing with Forbidden with
yeah.
Violence. And of course, we were down there last season with Possessed. And so
Yeah.
Claudius was with us all the time. So
Damn.
we're all just looking forward. It's like family coming together again. And then we
Yeah.
get to play great music. And they're legends. They're Bay Area legends. I mean, if you think about the personalities and the bands that came out of those two bands, never mind everything else, it's like, wow. So it's amazing. It just is a great, great feeling. And then we get back from there. We've got some festivals, and then we got some festivals in the summer, but we've got a couple of months where we're recording the new record.
Wow.
We're demoing up now, and then we drop a live album at the beginning of the summer. We got a live album at the end of the summer, followed by a single, followed by the new album. But in the meantime, in May, we go out with Black Label Society. So we do a 2-week run in Europe with Black Label, with Zach Wild. So fucking all to play for. I'm
Man,
so excited.
you are. When I
It's
thought we were catching
going to
up,
be a
I thought
great
it was,
season.
you were playing with all these legendary, iconic bands, and then thinking of that South
Yeah.
American, the fans fucking down there. They run
Oh,
circles
yeah.
around everybody. Right? They are rabid metal fans. They kept the scene alive when it was all dying in the States. Like they didn't give a shit. They were
Yeah.
like, we are full blown. And just to talk about all
Yeah.
these. And you deserve this, you deserve to be. You are a legend. You're playing in a legendary band. You should be surrounded by legends. And this is just unreal to hear these are all happening. These are fucking iconic shows. These are shows everybody's going to be talking. I wish I was in either country or either continent to be able to see these fucking shows, which sucks because
I
I'd be the
know, I
loudest
know.
guy there, man.
That's the thing. That's the hardest thing is when you're doing some shows in a place and you can't replicate them in other
Right.
places. So that's
I
always a
know.
dream. I mean, I still want to go out with Possessed. Even the Zach Wild tour, when we drop off for the last 5 or 6 days, we have to leave. He's got Metal Church coming on, who've just signed to FM. He's got the Sacred Reich. I just had a message. We're doing it.
Wow.
We won't see each other on that tour. But Wiley Arnett just sent me a message to go, I'll see you in Italy because we're playing this Frantic Fest together. And we haven't seen each other fucking hell since 1990. So it's
Wow.
just amazing to
Yeah.
still have that connection. But that's
Yeah.
the fraternity, you know, and not just from old school, as in from the bands themselves, from the
Yeah.
peers, but also from the fans, you know. You still have the fans, but newer fans. We just did, Bloodstock asked us to do a special performance in December. Candlemass were booked to do this winter gathering in Birmingham at KK Downing Steel Mill, the
Wow.
guitarist from Judas Priest, you know. And
Yeah.
so they said, look, Candlemass is doing a 40-year thing. Would you guys come and play something special? I said, yeah, fucking, of course. You know, Candlemass are great. We love the guys. We all got on together, and it'd be great to be able to do that. So I said, but what do you want? What do you want us to do? And they said, would you play the whole of Arve, the album, the first Venom Inc. album? Would you play that
Damn.
in its entirety? I said, okay. Well, a couple of the songs are in drop B. We've never done that album before. So
Right.
fuck it, yeah, why not? So we
Yeah.
did, and I added fire eaters and all kinds of shit going on, and it blew
Wow.
the place up. It was
Yeah.
amazing. And the weirdest story, Joe, I was going back to the dressing room,
Yep.
going down a corridor, and there were some young people there. Well, everybody's young now, right? But they
Right.
were younger than me. And one guy goes, "Man, that was amazing." I said, "Well, thank you very much." And he said, "I didn't think, I grew up listening to the album. I didn't think I'd ever hear it." So I go, "Oh, cool." I go into the dressing room. I'm thinking, "Wait a minute, what? It's fucking only 10 years old." So I go back out and I go, "Excuse me." So the kid comes over and I go, "Did you just say you grew up listening to the album?" And he said,
Yeah.
"Yeah." I said, "How old are you?" 20. So he was 10 when it came out. He was 10. And
Crazy,
I thought,
man.
oh my God, sometimes we forget that every year someone's 16 and our 16 when we were
Right.
16. And so
Yeah.
every year someone's finding the music again. And I think that's wonderful. It's why, I keep progressing and trying to push the albums and trying to create new
Yes.
music because I want some new audiences. I want young people to hear that freshness. And if they go to the back catalogue and they find everything, fantastic. But
Right.
if they just like what you're playing there, then that's good too, you know?
It's so good, Tony. And that's so important to say. And I've started realizing that too with people. And I think that's the great thing about metal. First of all, you're talking about like, hey, we haven't seen these guys since 1990. You'll see them and it'll be like seeing them yesterday. And then seeing these
Yeah.
fans where you'll see a lot of problems with older school metal fans sometimes that forget somebody made like 72 seasons. That could be their first thing into Metallica, right? So that's their
Yes.
favorite. But they
Yeah,
love that
exactly.
album. They'll fight you over that. And then, someone like me go, and Justice for All. But I need to respect. I need to
Yeah.
respect that to them. Speaking of Metallica, I was at this show last year and they played Hardwired. They played the song. And this kid next to me
Yeah.
was fucking going mental. This kid was about to start
Yeah.
ripping out chairs and he's like, that's my favorite album. Me and him are grabbing each other, just thrashing and yelling.
Yes.
And it made me so happy. It made me so
Yeah.
happy because I love that you're putting out new music. Because when you're going to put out this new album, there's going to be somebody on it. There's going to be a lot of people on this earth that pick that up. And
Totally.
that's going to be their introduction into you and all your music and to maybe metal in general in the first place. And
Totally.
why
Totally.
these gatekeepers need to cut the bullshit. You got to fucking stop. You've got to let everybody, the new, I live in the now, which you're talking to a guy. Look at the energy on this fucking guy. You look at the energy. Look at us right here. We're not 15
Yes,
years old.
exactly.
It doesn't go anywhere
Exactly.
because we love the scene. We love the passion. He loves them. He energizes me. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to talk to you because you really do. I feed off that energy, man. And I feed off that
Good.
you're like me, that you live in now. We could all sit back and
Yeah.
talk about the golden years of metal. They're now. They're
Of
right
course.
now. You just got to create them. You got to make those fucking memories and you got to stop putting people down.
That's exactly. There's a point. We were in last season. We played South America around about the same time of year as we're going to go this time with
Yep.
Possessed. We did a series of like 5 or 6 shows, maybe 7 shows. Chile, Peru,
Yeah.
Bolivia. I mean, Colombia. Every show was sold out, and you're talking the lowest audience was 2,500 to 7,000 people, and they were
Amazing.
going fucking
Yeah.
nuts. I mean, Possessed are legendary as well.
Yeah.
So you got all this mayhem, a lot of old schoolers, So I'm sure for me there was a lot of arms crossed people at the back going, "This isn't right." I remember in 1986 when Venom came, it's like, of
Right.
course you
Yeah.
did,
Yeah.
but it's not
Right.
1986 yet.
No.
But anyway.
No. We had some sound issues, internet troubles with the storm, but go out there, support Tony. We'll have him back on. Go give him a follow. Go see those shows if you're in those countries. He's the real deal.